Would you like to know how to control nervousness in public speaking? Just think about it. How would that affect your business and the number of sales that you'd be able to make? If that would be valuable to you, then listen up because in this episode, we are sharing our easy to implement 3-step process for doing exactly that. Welcome to Momentum Maker Podcast. I'm awesome Angie Inkstrom, honoring the awesomeness in you.
And I'm Gita Adgard. Let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever been super excited to share your content and your knowledge? You've got killer content and you got it nailed down to perfection. You know exactly what you're going to be talking about. But when it's time to speak, your nerves sort of take over. Does that sound familiar? Just picture it. You're about to speak live. It could be an in-person event. It could be a live virtual masterclass, as Angie and I help our clients do, or it could just be a live on Facebook. And then the moment arrives and you're about to go live and suddenly the nerves kick in. Sounds familiar?
Yeah, Geety. I think most speakers have experienced that at some point in time. But the thing is, as entrepreneurs and coaches and course creators, speaking is an integral part of how new clients learn from about our businesses. And so speaking is crucial for growing our business. So somehow we have to face and overcome our fear of speaking publicly. And that's exactly what we're talking about today on this episode, how to overcome that wall between what you know you can do and what you feel capable of doing when those speaking nerves show up. So, we are sharing our 3-step ninja process for breaking through that wall, helping you shift from fear to excitement and boosting your confidence instantly so you can show up as your best self and most confident self.
Yes, exactly, Angie. Showing up as your best and most confident self is so crucial if you want to grow your business. And a lot of those first times, they can be really challenging because every time you do it, you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Like, for example, do you remember the first time you spoke live on Facebook? You did a live interview, or you did a live challenge, or perhaps a masterclass? I remember when I did my first live virtual masterclass. So let me just share a little about it. I had all the content prepared and it was definitely killer content. And I had filled the room perfect and all the tech was set up and it was working. So, everything was prepared and everything was just working perfectly. The only thing I had left to do was just show up and shine on my virtual stage. And then out of nowhere, it hit me. I started getting all these physical sensations, like, my palms started sweating, my heart rate picked up and it started pounding, and my hands, they even started shaking a little bit. Have you ever experienced any of those sensations right before having to speak publicly? Like, you know your content, you know it inside out, but still that familiar nervous energy creeps in? Sounds familiar, right?
Yeah, I think we've all had those moments where we think we're ready to speak publicly, but our nerves just seem to be telling a whole different story. It's like there's a wall between what you know you can do and what you feel capable of doing when those speaking nerves show up. Well, what if we told you that there's a way to break through that wall, not by ignoring the nerves or pretending they're not there, but by using a simple 3-step process to shift from fear to excitement and show up as your best, most confident self.
Exactly, Angie. It's like in the story I just mentioned about me doing my first live masterclass, because the point is that I wasn't just imagining these reactions. In that moment, those reactions, they're real because the brain perceives the situation like speaking publicly as a potential threat. And that is why your body reacts with those familiar symptoms, like it could be increased heart rate, sweaty palms, shaky hands. It's simply your brain doing what is designed, what it's supposed to do to keep you safe from perceived danger. But here's the exciting part, because scientific research shows that your brain can't tell the difference between fear and excitement. They are, in fact, two sides of the same coin. Both emotions trigger the same physiological responses, but the key difference lies in how we interpret those responses. So you need to remember that it's just energy.
Exactly. It's just energy. This means that what you think is nervousness could just as easily be reframed as enthusiasm. By consciously reframing your nervous energy as excitement, you can essentially hack your brain and shift it from a threat based mindset to one that sees opportunity. So, you need a way to transform your fear into excitement. And remember, it's all just energy. And this is where a 3-step process comes into play, helping you use that energy and turn it into confidence.
Yes. And our first step for transforming your fear into excitement is acknowledging that nervous energy. So don't try to suppress your nerves. You need to acknowledge that it's there. Because pretending that you're not nervous, it won't make your nerves go away. Your body can still feel all those physical reactions like sweaty palms and a pounding heart. So you can't suppress it. You can't fool your body, the physical reactions. So instead, you need to take a deep breath and recognize that your nervousness, it's really normal. It's actually just a flat response our brain naturally chooses whenever we encounter anything that could be potentially threatening. Now, I'm a psychologist, so when my speaking nerves kicked in right before doing my first live masterclass, I took a minute to realize that what I was feeling was just energy, nothing more. And energy can be reframed from being perceived as fear to excitement because research shows that your brain can't tell the difference between fear and excitement. So I just kept repeating to myself, it's just energy. It's just energy.
That's right. It's just energy. So, our first step for transforming your fear of speaking publicly into excitement is acknowledging the nervous energy. And our second step is reframing the situation. So, instead of seeing the speaking opportunity as a moment where something could go wrong, where you could fail, you just need to remind yourself this is an opportunity and I'm excited to be here and share and make an impact. And this is just energy. And this mindset shift seems kind of simple, but it's absolutely key. You need to take the nervous energy, reframe it as excitement.
So let's sum it up. Our first step for transforming your fear of speaking publicly into excitement is acknowledging the nervous energy. Our second step is reframing the situation. And our last step is taking deep breaths and just repeating a simple phrase. It could be the same sentence that Tony Robbins repeats over and over again before speaking. It goes like this: I command my unconscious to use my God given capabilities to empower, impact, and transform the lives in front of me today. Just repeat the sentence over and over again until your body starts to believe it. I command my unconscious to use my God given capabilities to empower, impact, and transform the lives in front of me today. I know it sounds really simple, but I promise that the results can be profound. So make sure not to rush this last step because breathing slowly helps signal to your body that everything is okay. And repeating those words, I command my unconscious to use my God given capabilities to empower, impact, and transform the lives in front of me today. They allow your brain to catch up with that mindset shift. Now, it might take a few moments, but soon enough, you will feel more grounded and more confident, and even excited to speak publicly.
Yeah, can you imagine that? So let's recap the 3 steps to transform your fear of speaking publicly into excitement. First of all, acknowledge the nervous energy, then reframe the situation, and then take deep breaths and repeat the simple phrase. And here's a little ninja tip: do it with emotion. Just like Tony Robbins, I command my unconscious to use my God given capabilities to empower, impact, and transform the lives in front of me today. So, next time you feel those pre speaking jitters creeping in, don't fight them. Instead, follow Those 3 steps, and remember, it's just energy. When you recognize your nerves for what they are and reframe them, that energy will help you instead of holding you back.
Yes, it's just energy. And when we reframe a fear of speaking into excitement, we move from seeing a speaking opportunity as a threat to seeing it as an exciting chance to connect and share. This shift in mindset from fear to excitement has helped so many entrepreneurs step onto virtual stages and thrive. And it's actually one of the best kept secrets of success in live masterclasses.
And yes, just remember, it's just energy. Let that energy carry you forward and help you show up as that confident, powerful speaker that you are. And your audience is ready to hear from you. They're going to love what you have to say. So the next time you feel that nervous energy, remember, you're not scared, you're excited. Just let that excitement carry you through, just like a river. You just jump in that river and just ride it. It's just energy. Thanks for listening to Momentum Maker Podcast. Keep your momentum and keep moving forward. And if you happen to be a coach, a course creator, or an entrepreneur spending too much time selling one-on-one, and you're ready to condense time and sell one to many, then open up a tab on your browser and go to elitevirtualstages.com/blueprint and learn how you can turn your expertise into a 6 or even a 7-figure day using live transformational virtual masterclasses.